What's up, guys? Today we are talking about parries. My gosh, parries are so hyped, right? Well, as usual, I have the unpopular opinion here, but with me having put 100 plus, maybe 400 plus, maybe 1000 plus hours into this game over the past 8 months I've been playing it, I'm here to tell you that parries are probably the worst designed mechanic in this game, but here's how you do them. So, only two characters can parry in this game for some weird reason, and it's Summer and Kath. I say some weird reason, but I'm actually pretty happy that no one else can parry because parries are so dumb. So, let's look at them, right? So, they walk forward, it's a third track parry, you walk forward, you parry, right? And you can parry lows, of course. And if you parry lows, you get better frame data than if you just parrying while walking. And it's way easier to do it too. So you can just hold down and then press forward and still do it. But you have to walk you have to actually walk to the standing one. But you can't parry overheads with by just crouching. So that's the difference, I guess. You also can't move while just crouching. So yeah, many different reasons why you use both. Some nuance, but after that, you just really just spam it. The standing one isn't that less recovery than just doing a standing parry, but it's still pretty. They're both really good. And for a rundown or like parrying stuff, if you parry a light, they're probably gonna go into the medium, and you can just parry both. So trying to do it right now, like that. And if they do it in medium, they're gonna go into the heavy right, and that one you have to actually time most of the time. This could be how I test the frame rates of mediums. But yeah, you can just parry anything as long as you know what's coming, of course. Well, most characters, they don't really have the time luxury to mix it up, so you just press forward and then jump, and that'll cover most of your options. If they delay it, then it doesn't even catch you. And then you parry the heavy. Oops. But yeah, this is pretty hard because I'm using two controls at the same time here, so I'm not even gonna bother. Just know you can parry someone's entire thing like that, and then you can also just parry. Whoops. And you can also just parry their the special that comes after too. So, whoops. You can't parry multi-hits most of the time, because multi-hits, to parry multi-hits, you have to do a crouch parry, I think, which would make more sense, because you just press forward while doing it. So let me try it right now. Let's see. Let me put on my headphones so I can actually hear this, and let's look. Okay, I have to actually parry the first then. Well, yeah, it's pretty dumb to ever try it because it just hits you immediately. There's no like, you can't really time it. You have to have at least one frame of you just doing it, but it's technically possible. You don't even need a frame to do it. You just have to have impeccable timing. But there's people that have impeccable timing, and I can show you one person called the fan who's a Kath main, and of course since he's a Kath main, he labbed it out. So I bring it up right here. And he did it standing too, so that's the harder version. Because you actually have to walk a bit. Technically. But yeah, maybe they even need to walk to this forward input. But yeah, he did it with Lady K's 5S. There's some gaps in between the hits of Lady K's 5S, but it's mostly a multi-hit. Definitely wouldn't call this not multi-hit parry. So yeah. Now, the problems of it start arising here in the video. So let's switch to another character since we don't need to show off. Both of them having the parry. Switch to a different character. And now we have Eden here to show us what happens if they hold back when they're just trying to block a cross up, right? Or they're not even trying to block it. They're just holding back, right? They just automatically parry. There's no timing here. I'm literally just holding back. And you just parry it. And you're probably plus here. So let me even try it. I see the plus. Oops, forgot to jump with them. Yeah, you're plus. You could probably punish him here for doing a cross up, which is so dumb. Alright, the fact that you can just parry it and then block the cross up is already dumb. But the fact that even if this bug wasn't in the game, what you do is wait for him to get into the air, right? And then you see him start to jump heavy, and then you just tap back, and you just automatically parry. Because that's how parries would work in like Street Fighter. You literally just tap back and you block both cross up and non cross up, which is really dumb because most of the characters in this game need cross up mix. Luckily, Eden has a counterblade for this, which is in this move. And even if you automatically parry it, you'd have to parry the multi hit, and parrying multi hits is really dumb in this game. So good for him. But most characters do not have a way to fix this, and Eden still needs to actually land a jump heavy to actually get most of his damage. So this is just flex for him. And now, apart from that, basically ruining the entire gameplay of most characters, you still have to account to the fact that them just being able to say fuck you to the block data of a move is really good as is. And then you just punish this. This thing is supposed to be like plus, but at least you can cancel it to a special. But then you can just cancel. You can just parry both. Oops. And then you just kill him. So yeah, and you can do this with OSs too. And you just, if they don't do it, then you jump and then punish. If they do cancel, you parry it anyway. There's a bunch of stupid OSs that you can get from parries, and I know this because I watch competitive Third Strike. The only reason I don't watch high level Third Strike, for the most part, unless it's like one match, is because of Rico parries, right? Rico parries and parry OSs are the most boring things in fighting games for me. Multi parries are cool, right? Like I can appreciate the multi parrying, but when you just wake up and then you just have to guess between 4 options, worse than even Street Fighter 5. You have to guess between like 4 options on wake up, on like when you're the one making, like when you knock them down, right? You have to guess. This is like worse than quick stands, because quick stands, at least you can react to the quick stand. Quick stands are 19 frames, right? You can react and press a jab, technically. But with break or parry, you can't do shit. Even if there was Street Fighter knockouts in this game, the fact that you can break or parry is bullshit. And you might be like, what the fuck is a break or parry? Well, let me show you right here. So this is a meaty setup, right? So I just put Ben here to knock you down, and then he does it heavy. And this should be 100% meaty. There's no frame here to like jump or anything. If you jump here, you'll still be stuck to the ground. But see this? You can literally just wake up parry here. And the inputs for this are just literally pressing quick stand, holding down, and then pressing forward as the invincibility wears off. Like, how? Why? This is so dumb. It's so dumb that this is that Parry is even in the game. That from my point of view, even if they add grabs, even if they add all that shit, parries will still be dumb as fuck. Because what you do is if there's grabs, you parry, and the parry is like one frame input. You don't need to press it again. You can parry, and then crouch and then block the leg grab, and you cover like every single option. And then if you shimmy them, at least you get something. But then they could just, and then there's a lot of guessing there. But the fact that, like in Street Fighter 5, you already have to guess on your wake up. You have to guess between either going for the grab, going for the meaty, or going for the shimmy. But now you have to assess whether they will even parry. And since parries are so fucking good, you'd have to like rely on jab meaties for the most part, and like those get you nothing. But yeah, yeah, that's parries for you.